Welcome to Bookish 24/7. I'm teacher Laura, and today I have a question that could change how you learn English forever. What if you could learn English as easily as a baby learns to talk? Sounds crazy, right? Babies don't open grammar books or study long vocabulary lists, but in just a few years, they're chatting away. So, why is it so hard for us as adults? Here's the big secret. We're learning like students, not like babies. In this video, I'm going to share a simple, fun, and super effective way to learn English naturally, the baby way. No boring lessons, no stress, just a method that feels like playing. Join me for 6 exciting chapters, and by the end, you'll have a clear plan to speak English with confidence. Are you ready to wake up your inner baby learner? Let's dive in. Okay, let's start with Chapter 1. Why babies learn languages so fast. Have you ever watched a little kid, maybe a 2-year-old, chatter away in their language? It's amazing, right? They're not reading textbooks or memorizing grammar rules, but somehow they learn to speak fluently in just a few years. How do they do it? That's what we're going to figure out today, because if babies can learn a language so easily, you can too. The secret is that babies follow a natural process, and we're going to break it down so you can use it to learn English. By the end of this chapter, you'll see why learning like a baby is so much simpler than learning like a student. Let's jump right in. So, what makes babies such great language learners? It comes down to 4 key traits: listening, imitating, playing, and repeating. First, babies listen to everything around them. Parents talking, songs, even random sounds. They don't try to understand every word, they just soak up the sounds and patterns. For example, a baby hears mama every day when their mom picks them up. After a while, they connect mama to their mom without studying a dictionary. You can do the same with English words like hello. If you hear hello every time someone greets you, your brain starts to connect it to a friendly moment. No flashcards needed. The second trait is imitating. Babies love to copy what they hear, even if it's not perfect. They'll babble ba-ba when they mean bottle, and nobody laughs at them. They just keep trying. This fearlessness builds their confidence. But as adults, we often worry about making mistakes. I remember when I was learning Korean, I was so scared to say words wrong that I barely spoke. Guess what? That slowed me down. Babies don't care about sounding silly, and you shouldn't either. Imitating English words, even imperfectly, helps you get better faster. Let me tell you a quick story to make you smile. My friend's toddler, Emma, was learning to talk, and she loved her bottle. Every day she'd point at it and say, ba-ba instead of bottle. We all giggled, but Emma didn't care. She kept saying ba-ba until one day she said bottle perfectly. That's how babies learn. They try, mess up, and try again. You can do that too. If you say helo instead of hello, it's okay. Keep imitating, and you'll get there. The third trait is playing. Babies learn through games and fun. They sing songs, play peekaboo, or make silly sounds with their parents. This makes learning feel like a game, not work. Compare that to how students learn English. Memorizing long vocabulary lists or studying grammar rules like present perfect tense. It's exhausting, right? I've had students tell me they study for hours but feel stuck because it's not fun. Babies don't get bored. They're excited to learn because it's playful. You can make English fun too, and I'll show you how later in this video. The fourth trait is repeating. Babies hear and say the same words every day, and that repetition makes words stick in their brains. Think about a baby learning milk. They hear it at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. By repeating it daily, it becomes automatic. You can repeat English words like thank you or good morning every day until they feel natural. Repetition isn't boring for babies. It's how they master language. Now let's talk about why student methods don't work as well. When you learn like a student, you might spend hours memorizing 50 vocabulary words or trying to understand complicated grammar. It feels overwhelming and you forget most of it. I know this because I've been there. When I studied Korean, I made long lists of words, but after a week, I could barely remember 5. Why? Because my brain wasn't ready to use them. Babies don't do this. They learn a few words at a time, use them in real life, and build from there. That's why their way is so much easier. Here's a light bulb moment for you. You already know some English words without studying, don't you? Pause for a second and think about a word you've heard a lot, like okay or hi. You didn't memorize those. You just heard them over and over like a baby hears mama. That's proof you can learn like a baby. You're already doing it without realizing it. This chapter is about helping you do it on purpose. So, why does this matter? Because if you adopt these baby traits, listening, imitating, playing, and repeating, you can make English learning simple and fun. You don't need to be a perfect student or know every grammar rule. You just need to learn naturally, like a baby. Over the next 5 chapters, I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, step by step. We'll start with the first trait, listening. Babies listen to sounds all day, and you can train your ears to hear English the same way. Before we move on, here's a quick tip. When you watch this video, imagine a baby learning their first words. Picture them babbling and giggling. That's the mindset you need, curious, fearless, and ready to have fun. For a visual, I suggest showing a short clip of a baby babbling on screen. It's so cute and will remind you how natural this process is. Ready for the next step? In Chapter 2, we'll talk about how to listen like a baby to absorb English naturally. Let's keep going. All right, welcome to Chapter 2. Listen like a baby. Absorb English naturally. In the last chapter, we learned that babies are amazing language learners because they listen, imitate, play, and repeat. Today, we're zooming in on the first step, listening. Babies don't just hear words. They soak up sounds, rhythms, and patterns like radical, like little sponges. And the best part? You can do this too. Listening like a baby means tuning your ears to English without stressing about understanding every word. In this chapter, I'll give you a simple plan to start listening the baby way, with practical tips that are fun and easy. By the end, you'll feel excited to hear English every day. Let's jump right in. So, how do babies listen? They're surrounded by sounds, parents talking, lullabies, even the TV in the background. They don't try to figure out what every word means. Instead, they focus on the music of the language, the ups and downs, the fast and slow parts. For example, when a baby hears "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star," they don't know the words yet, but they love the melody and start noticing the sounds of English vowels like ah and e. You can do the same thing. When you hear English, don't worry about understanding. Just let the sounds wash over you like a song. Here's the big mistake many learners make. They try to understand every word in a movie or podcast, and when they can't, they feel frustrated. I've been there. Let me tell you a quick story. When I first started watching English movies, I thought I had to understand every line. I'd pause a movie every 5 seconds to look up words like awesome or whatever. It took me 2 hours to watch a 10-minute scene. I felt so tired and gave up. Babies don't do this. They just listen and enjoy the sounds. That's what you need to do. Relax and let English become familiar. Now let's talk about how you can listen like a baby. Here's a simple 3-step plan. Step 1. Choose beginner-friendly content. Babies don't start with complicated speeches. They hear simple things like nursery rhymes or parents' voices. For you, this could be English cartoons like Peppa Pig or Dora the Explorer. These shows use easy words and clear voices, perfect for beginners. You can also try kids' songs like "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star" or "The Wheels on the Bus." If you prefer something else, look for short YouTube videos labeled "English for Beginners." The key is to pick something fun and simple. Step 2. Focus on sounds, not meaning. This is so important. When you listen, don't try to translate every word in your head. Instead, notice the rhythm and tone. Does the speaker sound happy, excited? Are some words short and fast, like hi, or long and slow, like hello? For example, in "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star," you might hear the W sound or the long star sound. Just enjoy the music of English. This trains your ears to recognize patterns, just like a baby learns mama by hearing it over and over. Step 3. Listen every day for 10 to 15 minutes. Babies hear their language all day, but you don't need that much time. Just 10 to 15 minutes daily is enough to start. You can listen while eating breakfast, riding the bus, or relaxing at home. The key is consistency. Do it every day, even if it's short. One of my students, Maria, started listening to Peppa Pig for 10 minutes every morning. After a month, she said English didn't sound so foreign anymore. That's the power of daily listening. Here's a fun challenge to try right now. Pause this video and find a kid's song like "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star" on YouTube. Listen to it for just 1 minute. Don't worry about the words, just notice the sounds. Does it sound happy, fast, slow? Okay, go try it. Then come back. This little challenge is like a baby hearing a lullaby. It's a small step that makes a big difference. Let's talk about why this works. When you listen like a baby, you're teaching your brain to get comfortable with English sounds. You're not memorizing rules or stressing about grammar. You're just letting your ears get used to the language. Over time, words like hello or thank you will start to feel familiar, just like mama feels familiar to a baby. And here's the best part. You don't need to be perfect. Babies don't understand everything they hear, and you don't have to either. Just keep listening, and your brain will do the work for you. One tip to make this fun. Imagine you're a baby exploring a new world of sounds. For a visual, I suggest showing a colorful cartoon clip on screen, like a scene from Peppa Pig with bright colors and happy voices. It'll remind you how exciting listening can be. You can also listen with headphones to feel like you're inside the English world. If you're worried about finding time, try listening during daily tasks like brushing your teeth or cooking. It's so easy to fit in 10 minutes. Before we move on, let me reassure you, it's okay if you don't understand anything at first. Many of my students say, "Laura, I listen, but it's just noise." That's normal. Babies hear noise too, but they keep listening, and slowly it turns into words. You're on the same journey, and every minute you listen brings you closer to speaking English. So, be patient and have fun. Now, what's next? Listening is just the start. Babies don't stop at hearing sounds. They start copying them. That's called imitating. And it's the next baby trait we'll explore, creating a new version of the artifact with the same artifact ID, but without the artifact version ID attribute, as per the guidelines. All right, welcome to Chapter 2. Listen like a baby. Absorb English naturally. In the last chapter, we learned that babies are amazing language learners because they listen, imitate, play, and repeat. Today, we're zooming in on the first step, listening. Babies don't just hear words, they soak up sounds, rhythms, and patterns like little sponges. And the best part? You can do this too. Listening like a baby means tuning your ears to English without stressing about understanding every word. In this chapter, I'll give you a simple plan to start listening the baby way, with practical tips that are fun and easy. By the end, you'll feel excited to hear English every day. Let's jump right in. So, how do babies listen? They're surrounded by sounds, parents talking, lullabies, even the TV in the background. They don't try to figure out what every word means. Instead, they focus on the music of the language, the ups and downs, the fast and slow parts. For example, when a baby hears "Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star," they don't know the words yet, but they love the melody and start noticing the sounds of English vowels like ah and e. You can do the same thing. When you hear English, don't worry about understanding. Just let the sounds wash over you like a song. Here's the big mistake many learners make. They try to understand every word in a movie or podcast, and when they can't, they feel frustrated. I've been there. Let me tell you a quick story. When I first started watching English movies, I thought I had to understand every line. I'd pause a movie every 5 seconds to look up words like awesome or whatever. It took me 2 hours to watch a 10-minute scene. I felt so tired and gave up. Babies don't do this. They just listen and enjoy the sounds. That's what you need to do. Relax and let English become familiar. Now let's talk about how you can listen like a baby. Here's a simple 3-step plan. Step 1. Choose beginner-friendly content. Babies don't start with complicated speeches. They hear simple things like nursery rhymes or parents' voices. For you, this could be English cartoons like Peppa Pig or Dora the Explorer. These shows use easy words and clear voices, perfect for beginners. You can also try kids' songs like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star or The Wheels on the Bus. If you prefer something else, look for short YouTube videos labeled English for Beginners. The key is to pick something fun and simple. Step 2. Focus on sounds, not meaning. This is so important. When you listen, don't try to translate every word in your head. Instead, notice the rhythm and tone. Does the speaker sound happy? Excited? Are some words short and fast, like hi, or long and slow, like hello? For example, in Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, you might hear the to sound or the long star sound. Just enjoy the music of English. This trains your ears to recognize patterns, just like a baby learns mama by hearing it over and over. Step 3. Listen every day for 10 to 15 minutes. Babies hear their language all day, but you don't need that much time. Just 10 to 15 minutes daily is enough to start. You can listen while eating breakfast, riding the bus, or relaxing at home. The key is consistency. Do it every day, even if it's short. One of my students, Maria, started listening to Peppa Pig for 10 minutes every morning. After a month, she said English didn't sound so foreign anymore. That's the power of daily listening. Here's a fun challenge to try right now. Pause this video and find a kid's song like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star on YouTube. Listen to it for just 1 minute. Don't worry about the words. Just notice the sounds. Does it sound happy, fast, slow? Okay, go try it, then come back. This little challenge is like a baby hearing a lullaby. It's a small step that makes a big difference. Let's talk about why this works. When you listen like a baby, you're teaching your brain to get comfortable with English sounds. You're not memorizing rules or stressing about grammar. You're just letting your ears get used to the language. Over time, words like hello or thank you will start to feel familiar, just like mama feels familiar to a baby. And here's the best part. You don't need to be perfect. Babies don't understand everything they hear, and you don't have to either. Just keep listening, and your brain will do the work for you. One tip to make this fun: imagine you're a baby exploring a new world of sounds. For a visual, I suggest showing a colorful cartoon clip on screen, like a scene from Peppa Pig with bright colors and happy voices. It'll remind you how exciting listening can be. You can also listen with headphones to feel like you're inside the English world. If you're worried about finding time, try listening during daily tasks like brushing your teeth or cooking. It's so easy to fit in 10 minutes. Before we move on, let me reassure you. It's okay if you don't understand anything at first. Many of my students say, "Laura, I listen, but it's just noise." That's normal. Babies hear noise too, but they keep listening, and slowly it turns into words. You're on the same journey, and every minute you listen brings you closer to speaking English. So be patient and have fun. Now what's next? Listening is just the start. Babies don't stop at hearing sounds, they start copying them. That's called imitating, and it's the next baby trait we'll explore. In Chapter 3, I'll show you how to imitate English sounds without fear, just like a baby babbles. Ready to keep going? Let's move on to imitating in the next chapter. All right, welcome to Chapter 3. Imitate like a baby. Speak without fear. In Chapter 2, we learned how to listen like a baby, soaking up English sounds like a sponge. Now we're moving to the next baby trait, imitation. Have you ever heard a baby babble dada or mama trying to copy their parents? They're not perfect, but they keep trying, and that's how they learn to speak. You can do the same with English. Imitating means copying English words and phrases out loud, even if you make mistakes. In this chapter, I'll show you a simple way to start speaking English without feeling scared. By the end, you'll feel ready to try it yourself. Let's jump right in. So, why is imitation so powerful? Babies copy sounds they hear, like mama or dada, without worrying about getting it right. They babble, giggle, and try again, and nobody judges them. This fearless attitude helps them learn fast. But as adults, we often feel shy or embarrassed to speak English. Maybe you're scared of saying a word wrong or sounding silly. I get it. When I was learning Korean, I avoided speaking because I thought people would laugh at my accent. Guess what? That fear held me back. Babies don't let fear stop them, and you don't have to either. Imitating English is your first step to speaking with confidence. Here's a funny story to make you laugh. A few years ago, I was watching an English movie with a cool character who said, "What's up, dude?" I thought it sounded so awesome, so I practiced it in my room. But when I tried it with a friend, I said, "What's up, duck?" instead of dude. My friend burst out laughing, and I felt so embarrassed. But then I realized babies say things wrong all the time, and it's okay. I kept practicing, and now I can say, "What's up, dude?" perfectly. Mistakes are part of learning, just like they are for babies. Now let's talk about how you can imitate like a baby. Here's a simple 3-step method. Step 1. Pick a short, common phrase. Babies start with easy sounds, like ba-ba for bottle. For you, choose phrases you hear often, like "How are you?" or "I love you." You can find these in cartoons, YouTube videos, or even conversations. For example, in a TV show, a character might say, "I love you," to their family. That's a great phrase to copy because it's short and used a lot. Step 2. Listen to a native speaker and repeat out loud. Find a video or audio clip with your chosen phrase. Play it. Listen carefully to how the speaker says it, and then say it yourself. For example, if you pick "How are you?" from a cartoon, notice the tone. Does it sound friendly? Upbeat? Then try to copy that tone. Don't worry if it's not perfect. Babies don't sound exactly like their parents at first, but they get better with practice. You will too. Step 3. Practice in a safe space. Babies babble at home where they feel comfortable, and you should start the same way. Try imitating alone in your room, in front of a mirror, or even in the shower. This builds your confidence. Once you feel ready, you can try with a friend or use a language app to practice with others. One of my students, Ahmed, started by repeating, "Nice to meet you," alone every day. After a week, he said it to a classmate, and they smiled back. That small win made him so excited to keep going. Let's try a fun, repeat after me moment right now. I'm going to say a simple phrase, "Nice to meet you." Listen to me say it. Nice to meet you. Now, say it out loud with me. Nice to meet you. Try it one more time, a little louder. Nice to meet you. Great job. How did that feel? Even if it wasn't perfect, you just imitated like a baby. Keep practicing that phrase today, and it'll start to feel natural. Why does this work? Imitating helps your mouth get used to English sounds, like the in thank you or R in red. It also trains your brain to connect sounds with meanings. For example, when you copy "I love you" from a TV show, you're not just saying words, you're learning how to express feelings in English. And here's the best part. Mistakes are normal. Babies say "ba-ba" instead of "bottle," and you might say "how you" instead of "how are you." That's okay. Every time you try, you're getting closer to sounding natural. Here's a tip to make this fun. Pretend you're an actor in a movie. For a visual, I suggest showing a clip of a baby mimicking their parents' words, like saying "mama" with a big smile. It's so cute and will remind you to have fun. If you're shy, start by whispering the phrases to yourself. And don't worry about time. Practicing for 5 to 10 minutes a day is enough to start. Before we move on, let me reassure you, it's okay to feel nervous or make mistakes. Many of my students say, "Laura, I sound so weird when I speak English." Guess what? Babies sound weird too when they babble, but they keep going. You're on the same path, and every word you imitate is a step toward speaking English. So, be kind to yourself and keep trying. What's next? Imitating is awesome, but babies make it even more fun by playing. That's the next trait we'll explore. In Chapter 4, I'll show you how to turn English learning into a game, just like a baby plays with words. Ready to keep going? Let's move on to playing in the next chapter. All right. Welcome to Chapter 4. Play like a baby. Make English fun. In Chapter 3, we learned how to imitate English phrases like a baby, speaking without fear. Now, we're diving into another baby trait. Play. Have you ever seen a baby giggle while playing peekaboo or singing a silly song? They're not just having fun, they're learning. Babies learn their language through games and curiosity, and you can make English learning just as exciting. In this chapter, I'll share easy, playful activities that make English feel like a game, not homework. By the end, you'll be ready to add some fun to your learning. Let's jump right in. Why is play so important? Babies don't sit with boring textbooks. They explore their world through games. They clap to songs, stack blocks, or pretend to talk on a toy phone. This keeps them curious and makes learning natural. But as adults, we often think learning English has to be serious, like studying grammar or memorizing long word lists. That's exhausting, right? I've had students tell me they quit studying because it felt like a chore. Babies never feel that way. They love learning because it's fun. You can do the same by turning English into a game. and I'll show you how. Let me share a story to inspire you. One of my students, Sophia, struggled with English vocabulary. She felt bored memorizing words. Then she tried a game. Every time she went grocery shopping, she'd name 3 items in English. In the store, she'd whisper, apple, bread, milk. It felt silly at first, but it was fun, like a treasure hunt. After a few weeks, she knew dozens of food words without opening a book. Sophia told me, "Laura, it's like playing, not studying. That's the magic of learning like a baby. Play makes English stick." Here's a simple 3-step plan to play like a baby. Step 1. Pick one fun activity each day. Babies don't do the same game all the time, and you can mix it up too. One great activity is labeling household items. Grab some sticky notes and write English words like door, table, or cup. Stick them on objects around your house. For example, put door on your front door. Every time you see it, say the word out loud. It's like a game to spot and say the words. Another activity is playing language apps, like Duolingo or Quizlet, which have colorful games for beginners. You can also try role-playing. Pretend you're ordering food in a restaurant and say, "Can I have pizza, please?" These activities are short and feel like play. Step 2. Keep it short, about 5 to 10 minutes. Babies play in quick bursts, and you don't need hours to learn. Just 5 to 10 minutes daily is enough to make progress. For example, you could spend 5 minutes sticking labels around your room or playing a quick game on a language app. Short sessions keep you excited and stop you from feeling tired. One of my students, Juan, played a labeling game for 5 minutes every evening. He labeled his kitchen items like fridge and spoon. After a month, he could name 20 objects without thinking. Short and fun works. Step 3. Reward yourself. Babies get claps and smiles when they play, and you deserve rewards too. After your activity, treat yourself. Maybe eat a piece of candy, watch a favorite show, or just say, "Good job, me." Rewards make you want to play again tomorrow. For example, if you label 3 items today, give yourself a high five. It sounds small, but it keeps you motivated. Let's try a fun game time challenge right now. Pause this video and grab 3 sticky notes or pieces of paper. Write down 3 English words: table, cup, and phone. Stick them on a table, a cup, and your phone. Now, say each word out loud as you touch the object. Go ahead. Try it. It'll take 1 minute. Okay, come back. How did that feel? Even if it felt a little silly, you just played like a baby. Try this game again tomorrow with new words, like chair or book. Why does play work? Games make your brain happy, and happy brains learn better. When you label a door or play a language app, you're not just learning words. You're building confidence. You start to think, "Hey, I can do this." Plus, play connects English to your real life. For example, sticking door on your door helps you remember the word every time you walk through it. That's how babies learn, by connecting words to their world. Here's a tip to make this fun. Imagine you're a kid exploring a playground. For a visual, I suggest showing a sticky note labeled fridge on a refrigerator door. Zrania, it's colorful and shows how easy this game is. If you don't have sticky notes, use any paper and tape. And don't worry about time. 5 minutes while drinking coffee or waiting for dinner is perfect. Before we move on, let me reassure you. It's okay if these games feel strange at first. Many of my students say, "Laura, I feel silly labeling my house." Guess what? Babies don't care about looking silly. They just play. You're doing the same, and every game brings you closer to speaking English. So laugh, have fun, and keep going. What's next? Play makes learning fun, but babies also repeat their games to master words. That's the next trait, repetition. In Chapter 5, I'll show you how to repeat English words daily to make them stick, just like a baby. Ready to keep going? Let's move on to repetition in the next chapter. All right, welcome to Chapter 5. Repeat like a baby. Build habits that stick. In Chapter 4, we learned how to play like a baby, turning English into a fun game. Now we're diving into another key baby trait, repetition. Have you ever noticed how babies say the same words over and over like mama or dada? They repeat daily, and that's how they master their language. You can do the same with English. Repetition makes words feel automatic, like they're part of you. In this chapter, I'll share a simple plan to repeat English words every day so they stick in your brain. By the end, you'll know how to build habits that make learning easy. Let's jump right in. Why is repetition so powerful? Babies hear and say the same words every day, and this constant practice helps their brains lock in those words. For example, a baby hears "good morning" from their parents every day when they wake up. They might babble "goo morn" at first, but after repeating it daily, they say "good morning" perfectly. Repetition is like glue. It makes words stick. As adults, we sometimes try to learn too many words at once and forget them. I've been there. When I studied Korean, I tried learning 20 words a day, but I forgot most of them. Babies don't do that. They focus on a few words and repeat them until they're easy. That's what you need to do with English. Let me share a success story to motivate you. One of my students, Priya, wanted to feel confident saying thank you in English. She decided to repeat it every day. She'd listen to thank you in a cartoon, imitate it out loud, and even play a game by saying it when she got something, like her coffee at a cafe. After 2 weeks, she used thank you with a cashier, and the cashier smiled and said, "You're welcome." Priya was so excited, she felt like she belonged in English. That's the power of repetition. It turns words into habits you can use without thinking. Here's a simple 3-step plan to repeat like a baby. Step 1. Choose 3 to 5 words or phrases each week. Babies focus on a few sounds at a time, like milk or dada. For you, pick simple English words or phrases like good morning, please, thank you, hello, or how are you? You can find these in the cartoons or videos you're listening to, or choose words you hear often. For example, if you watch Peppa Pig, you might hear good morning when the characters wake up. Pick 3 to 5 so it's not overwhelming. Too many words can make you tired. Step 2. Use your words in listening, imitation, and play every day. This is where the magic happens. Each day, Spend 15 minutes with your words. For example, let's say you choose good morning. First, listen to it in a video or song for 5 minutes to hear the sound. Next, imitate it out loud for 5 minutes, saying good morning like the characters. Finally, play with it for 5 minutes. Maybe stick a note saying good morning on your mirror and say it when you see it. By using your words in different ways, you're helping your brain remember them, just like a baby repeats mama in different situations. Step 3. Review daily and track your progress. Babies don't just say a word once, they keep coming back to it. At the end of each day, take a minute to say your 3 to 5 words out loud or write them down. To stay motivated, try a habit tracker. Here's a tip. Grab a calendar or a notebook and draw a little check mark for every day you practice your words. Seeing those check marks grow feels so good. One of my students, Carlos, used a calendar to track his repetition of please and thank you. After a month, he had 30 check marks and could say both words without thinking. Tracking keeps you excited to continue. Here's a quick tip to make this fun. Imagine your check marks are stars you're collecting, like in a game. For a visual, I suggest showing a calendar with colorful check marks on screen. It's so satisfying to see. If you don't have a calendar, use a piece of paper or an app. And don't worry about time. 15 minutes a day fits into your routine, like while eating breakfast or before bed. Let's talk about why this works. Repetition builds pathways in your brain, making words automatic. When you repeat good morning daily, it moves from hard to remember to easy to say. It's like learning to ride a bike. You practice until it feels natural. Plus, using your words in listening, imitation, and play makes them part of your life. For example, saying thank you at a store connects the word to a real moment, just like a baby connects milk to their bottle. Before we move on, let me reassure you, it's okay if you miss a day or forget a word. Many of my students say, Laura, I get busy and skip practice. Guess what? Babies don't repeat perfectly every day either. They just keep going. If you miss a day, just start again tomorrow. Every time you repeat, you're getting closer to speaking English naturally. What's next? Repetition is awesome, but babies combine all their traits, listening, imitating, playing, and repeating, into a daily routine. That's what we'll do in the final chapter. In Chapter 6, I'll show you how to create a 20-minute routine that uses all these steps to make English learning easy and fun. Ready to keep going? Let's move on to building your routine in the next chapter. All right, welcome to Chapter 6. Create your baby-like English routine. We've come so far. In the last 5 chapters, we learned how babies learn languages by listening, imitating, playing, and repeating. Now, it's time to put it all together into a simple daily routine that makes English learning fun and natural, just like a baby's journey. In this final chapter, I'll show you how to create a 20-minute routine that combines all these traits. I'll also share tips to stay motivated and remind you to be patient. By the end, you'll have a clear plan to start speaking English with confidence. Let's jump right in. So, Why do you need a routine? Babies don't learn by doing one thing once. They mix listening, imitating, playing, and repeating every day. Their routine is natural. They hear words, babble, play games, and repeat sounds all the time. You can create a similar routine for English, and it doesn't take hours. Just 20 minutes a day, broken into 4 5-minute steps, will help you learn like a baby. This routine is easy to fit into your life, whether you're busy with work, school, or family. Let's break it down and make it super simple. Here's your 20-minute baby-like English routine. Step 1. Listen for 5 minutes. Like we learned in Chapter 2, choose a beginner-friendly video, like a Peppa Pig episode, or a kid's song like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. For example, you might watch a scene where Peppa says, "Good morning." Don't worry about understanding. Just let the English sounds wash over you. Notice the rhythm and tone like a baby hearing mama. You can listen while eating breakfast or relaxing. 5 minutes is all you need to tune your ears. Step 2. Imitate for 5 minutes. Pick a phrase from what you listened to, like "good morning" or "how are you?" Play the clip again and repeat the phrase out loud, copying the speaker's tone. For example, say "good morning" like Peppa, with a cheerful voice. Do this in a safe space, like your room, to build confidence. If you make a mistake, laugh it off. Babies babble, "goo morn," and keep trying. Imitating for 5 minutes helps your mouth get used to English sounds. Step 3. Play for 5 minutes. Choose a fun activity from Chapter 4, like labeling objects. Grab a sticky note, write "table," and stick it on your table. Say "table" each time you see it. Or play a quick game on a language app like Duolingo, matching words like cup or door. For example, you could label 3 items, table, cup, and phone, and say each word as you touch them. This game makes learning feel like a treasure hunt, just like a baby playing peekaboo. 5 minutes of play keeps you excited. Step 4. Review for 5 minutes. At the end of your routine, look at your 3 to 5 words or phrases for the week, like "good morning," "thank you," or "please." Say them out loud or write them down. For example, you might say, "Good morning, thank you, please," while looking at your labeled objects. This quick review, like a baby repeating "dada," helps words stick. You can do this while brushing your teeth or before bed. 5 minutes seals the day's learning. Let me share a story to inspire you. My student Liam was a complete beginner who felt shy speaking English. He started this 20-minute routine, listening to Dora the Explorer, imitating "hello," labeling his room with words like bed and chair, and reviewing nightly. At first, he thought, "This is too simple to work." But after a month, he said hello to a co-worker, and they replied, "Hi." Liam's face lit up. He felt so confident. Now, he uses English every day. That's what this routine can do for you. It builds confidence step by step. How do you stay motivated? Babies get smiles and claps, and you can reward yourself too. After your routine, treat yourself. Maybe eat a cookie or watch a fun video. Another tip: join an online community, like English learning groups on social media or apps like HelloTalk. Share your progress, like I labeled my table today. Other learners will cheer you on, just like parents cheer for babies. One of my students, Aisha, joined a group and made friends who practiced phrases together. It kept her excited to continue. Here's a Start Today challenge to get you going. Right now, commit to trying this 20-minute routine today. Listen to a 5-minute cartoon clip, imitate one phrase, label 3 objects, and review your words. It'll take just 20 minutes. Then, come to the comments and tell me, what phrase did you imitate? I read every comment and can't wait to hear from you. This challenge is your first step to learning like a baby. Try it and feel the difference. Why does this routine work? It combines all the baby traits, listening, imitating, playing, and repeating, into a short, fun daily habit. Each step builds on the others, like a baby hearing milk, babbling it, playing with a bottle, and repeating it daily. For a visual, I suggest showing a daily schedule graphic on screen with colorful blocks for listen 5 minutes, imitate 5 minutes, play 5 minutes, and review 5 minutes. It makes the routine clear and exciting. Before we wrap up, let me reassure you, progress takes time. Babies take years to speak fluently, so don't expect to be perfect in a week.